Okay, so we are going to be using the emotional freedom technique of tapping in combination with the hypnotherapy that we worked in today's session. So this is in addition, right? This is something that you're going to take home with you and be able to work on your own, and is also available to you at any point. But today we will work with the same focus that we chose to work on with the hypnotherapy, which was focus. I said focus. So we are working with building that focus, releasing whatever it is that's stopping from that focus, and ultimately accepting wherever you're at in today's experience. So the nice thing about tapping is it meets you exactly where you are. So what you'll start with is a setup statement. And it goes something like this. Even though I am not feeling focused, or even though I am scattered, or even though my energy feels all over the place, I deeply and completely accept myself. And that's the kind of way we set up this procedure. And then we're gonna tap on I think it's 8 different points with a karate chopping motion similar to this. So it's going to be it's going to be really simple, and we're just going to see where it takes you. So to start, we start at the first point in the hand, and I'll just have you go along with me. It's 8 points, and I'll let you see. It'll be this point here, and it's a light tapping. You could use 2 fingers. The second point is at the brow point. The third point is at the top of the brow point here, or the eye, third eye kind of, and then over on the top of the brow point, and then we'll go underneath the eye. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go at the top of the lip here, and you can karate chop, or you could stay with the little tapping, whatever feels best to you. And then we'll go ahead and head down to the chin point. And then we tap at the collarbone point, and you could use one hand, or you can use both. And you can tap there. And then we go into underneath the arm right here. It's right around the bra line for us ladies. And then the next point will be at the very top of the head. And that's it. So we're going to start with that setup statement that we talked about, the even though, and I accept myself. And then from there, as we tap through the points, anything that comes up, you're building this conversation with yourself. So it might shift and it might change, and the goal is to really let that free conversation show up. The tapping brings you into that present moment, and something else may show up, and you want to talk about that. You want to work through that process, and as we do it, we'll see what comes up. The conversation can change. It could end up being. I feel scattered, I feel unfocused, whatever comes up, that's what you'll let come up. And then after we tap through all the points, we'll go ahead and re-tap through those points with a different type of statement, more of a statement of how you're choosing to feel, what your goal is, right? Like similar to how in the hypnotherapy, we have that sort of releasing stage, letting go of any blockage, acceptance of where we are, where we're at, and then that building up, that reprogramming, that reframing of what it is that you want to invite into your life. So that second round that we go through will be something like, I am focused, I am present, and really bringing those feelings up and seeing where that takes you with the tapping. So, all right, let's get started. So we'll start with the hand here. And even though I am focused or unfocused, distracted, even though I am feeling like my energy is scattered, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I am distracted, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I don't feel focused, I completely and deeply accept myself. And then we'll move to the second point. And you could just tap through what feels right at this point, whatever that statement is for you. Even though I feel unfocused, I deeply and completely accept myself. I feel distracted and I'm not sure how to handle that distraction. I feel like my energy is in so many different directions and I just don't know how to get a handle on it. Point 5. Even though I'm unfocused, I deeply and completely accept myself. It feels like all of my energy is put in other directions because people are pulling me in other directions. I just wish I can get a handle on how to bring my energy into the present moment and move that energy into the directions that I want. I just wish I could build more self-love in my life and really give myself more attention. Even though I don't always feel like I'm giving myself that attention, I completely accept myself the way I am. Very nice. And sit with that for a moment. See how that feels. The conversation changed for you, right? Like there were different things going on. And I was showing you, what kind of came up for me, but it's always going to be different for you. And ideally, you had started out kind of talking about, we talked about the scale of pain going from complete peace to unbearable pain from 0 to 10. And the goal is to tap through the points and get that number down as far down as you can get it, getting it down to even a 2. We talked about where you were at, somewhere between a 6 and a 7. So working through the points and then really feeling the emotion surrounding that area and seeing where you're at and seeing if it shifted and changed. And you could keep working through the points as you go along. And at this point, let's move into that other statement, that moving into that more acceptance and reframing of focus. So we could start at the karate chop point and work with an I am statement. I am focused, I'm prepared, I'm loving to myself. And moving on, I am focused. I see myself giving all the energy necessary to complete my task to myself. I accept myself. I love myself. I am focused. I am clear. I have clarity in all of my endeavors. The people around me accept me where I'm at. I am able to give to myself, prioritize my energy. I am able to free my schedule when necessary, make necessary moves to give myself all the energy that I need. I am able to give to myself. I see myself giving to myself. I am free with my energy. I give myself rest when needed. I am focused. I am focused. Very good. Now see how that feels, right? See how that feels to experience that I am statement, that feeling of what it feels to reframe that area of yourself. And when you're doing this at home and you're working with the different goals, you can progress as you want. Maybe you're not there yet where you're at that I am statement. Maybe you need to stay with that accepting statement. Maybe that accepting statement takes you to a place where you didn't really expect to go, right? Maybe it brings up some information, and that's kind of the hope here is you get to that information and you tap through those points and you calm yourself as necessary. If you get to some of those points and the frustration or fears or sort of other feelings come up, you can work through just the I am calm, I am at peace, working through getting yourself back down on that scale that we talked about, to that more peaceful side of things, and work with your goals as they come up. And that is what I have for you on the emotional freedom technique and tapping.